Welcome to Honda Drive with your host Christopher Gonzalez, and I have my co-pilot over here, Mr.
What up, guys? It's Dave the Wave.
And
Malik Don't Sleep.
Rika, King Rika.
We got Saad, aka Super Saad.
Super Saad. We're here bringing you value from Plaza Honda. We're sitting in a 2018 1.5 Touring. It's an amazing vehicle. Unfortunately, Honda is going to be discontinuing this specific trim and only offering a 2.0 Touring. So, Dave, tell us a little bit about what you like about this car.
Well, you know, this is the Touring, so it's like the top of the line. You could compare this to a A6, 535. You know, it's
Wow, A6 535.
Yeah. It comes standard with heads-up display. So, you know, with the Germans, you have to pay extra for it. So it's like a couple grand for it. And it comes standard on the Touring. So, you know, that's why I'm comparing a Accord to an A6, you know, in a 5 Series.
Actually, it's funny because Malik just actually, that we're sitting in, this exact car that we're sitting in red with the light interior like you see here. And Malik actually came out of a Lexus. What'd you come out of?
Yes, GS350F Sports Package, guys. The most expensive one is $62,000 MSRP, and I got this Touring has more features than my Lexus. I was surprised. And as a matter of fact, Chris convinced me for the Touring Accord, and I really, really love the car, man. Heads-up display, back seats are heated. The car is awesome.
Sharika,
Yes.
you drive an Acura, right?
Yes, I do.
Acura what?
TLX.
And so sitting in this car and driving this car and selling this car, what would you say would be some of the advantages or disadvantages to what you're currently driving?
Well, some of the advantages with Honda is the heads-up display. It also comes with a portable charging pad. So you just put your phone down. You don't need any wires getting tangled up in between the front console. You just put your phone down and it charges automatically. I also love the automatic windshield wipers, which is good, and the ventilated seats. So in the summertime, you put it on ventilation, and it cools the leather seats.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
nice.
I think there's heated seats in the back, too, right?
Of
Yep.
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
It's actually on right now.
Actually, I feel like coolness coming from my seat. What is that? It's like cool air.
That's the ventilation.
Ventilation, like air conditioning in my
Yes,
seat.
yes.
Wow, that is amazing.
You don't gotta worry about the
Saad,
summertime.
what would you say about the styling of this car? What's so exterior? Talk to me.
Exterior wise, the vehicle honestly is amazing as far as the front of the car. Mainly, I like the front of the car because of diamond cut headlights, and then how the vehicle is shaped in the ace body structure to prevent any type of accidents or anything for you.
And what about the rims?
The
rims
rims
are
are
sick. Sick rims.
I have a 17
19 inches standard rims.
Alloyed
Guys,
rims.
You get this car, you make sure you have wheel locks on it.
For them.
Wait, what size are the wheels?
19.
19s, yeah.
19, and very stylish alloy wheel. If you haven't seen them, go to Honda.com. More importantly, go to PlazaHonda.com. You can actually build the car and see what that vehicle looks like. Little bit about the interior of this car. So we'll talk about some of the features. I see this assisted button up there. What is that, like SOS?
Concierge
Yeah.
services.
Concierge services. What?
Yeah. It books restaurants,
Movies,
reservations,
you know.
movies,
Yeah.
You know,
and SOS too.
Now I noticed that this car comes with navigation. I've had navigation over the past 10 years, and I don't use my navigation. What would you? I use Waze. So how is that compatible?
Hey guys, since I got this car, and I'll tell you what, very friendly and very accurate GPS you guys have in the Honda. I'm always a fan of the Honda GPS. It's very friendly user basically. Like Chris said, I just came out of the Lexus, and I mean, big name, but the navigation was kind of, you know, complicated. It wasn't easy. Sometimes it's hard to find the address, you know. And I used to use my phone and a ways to go. but I used this once because I had a long ride to the Long Island with my wife, and I mean the GPS was to the point, man. And
The
very easy.
GPS or Waze?
No, the GPS Honda.
So you
navigator.
like
I
using your
loved
GPS?
it. Yes.
It's very
Okay,
simple
interesting.
to operate
Yeah,
because
very friendly.
all you have to do is just put in the zip code,
Yeah.
then the house number, and it automatically
Automatic,
populates it
yes.
for you.
Yes.
It gives you real-time traffic reports.
Yes.
So if an accident happens,
It'll
it
let
gives
you
you real-time roadblocks.
Heads up updates. Yeah.
Yes.
So like I get that with Waze. Waze also tells me if there's traffic in certain directions or
Yeah.
reroutes me, or more importantly, sometimes if there's a cop up ahead or a speed trap.
Let you know.
What? So is there any sort of integration that
Yes,
Honda
there is.
offers?
I mean, the only thing would not tell you about the cops, or you know. any
It won't. It
checkpoints.
won't tell me.
The Honda would not tell you that. But besides that, on a heads-up display, it'll tell you what the speed limit is. Like if you're going in the 25 zone, it'll come up right on the heads-up display. It shows you the limit 25. Highway limit, if you're on a highway, it shows you 65, 55, whatever the speed limit is, which is awesome. I was very surprised to see all these features in a Honda. And you know, technically I'm a high-end car guy, but you know, I love the Honda. And,
Well, that's why you got a touring, right? You're a high end
yeah.
guy. This is
not
it.
really. I mean, you know, it was,
This is a luxury car.
Has a little more to do with this, but you know, I'm not gonna get into details right now. But I love the car.
Wait, were you looking for something more affordable? Looking to cut expenses?
Cut expenses since
Okay.
I can't afford the
I think
high-end.
that's important for our viewers,
Yeah.
that they know that you
Yes,
can
to show.
drive
I
a
mean-
vehicle with such features,
And quality.
quality,
Quality, yes, for
right?
sure.
And the craftsmanship. So I don't know if you guys know, but Honda only allows 5% of the grade tolerance. So the vehicle could only be as much as 5% flaws, for instance, right? So alignments, like the hood being the right size on the left side versus the right side, they only allow 5% tolerance. If it doesn't meet that criteria, it goes back on the assembly line, gets fixed before it's released. It's I guess really important when you're shopping for a vehicle just to see how the vehicle's made and what they allow to leave the production line
And
when it gets to the consumer.
quickly, Honda does genuine leather, not leatherette.
leather.
Yes.
You know,
Genuine
it's-
leather.
It's not made in China, guys.
Some of like, you know, the luxury
What's wrong with
line.
China?
Oh, no,
You know,
I meant
what's
to
wrong
say-
with
I meant
China?
to say they copy a lot of stuff, so that leather is real leather. You know,
Yeah.
like you could buy a leather jacket in Chinatown for like $30.
No, come on.
No, it's
Chinatown.
vegan, but we do
Well,
genuine,
guys,
All right, guys,
genuine leather.
I'm not.
I
can't take this no more.
Just joking, you know, I'm trying to pick on my boy.
He's so it's funny. He's look, this has got to be fun for you, right? It's fun for us, so we'll have some laughs here. And so actually, I wanted to speak on Chinatown. It just kind of brought this to my mind. David used to actually dance in the costumes, right? You know, they ever see like Chinese New Year,
The dragons, the
dragon.
Oh,
Tell me about that experience. What was that like for you?
lions. It was tough, you know, a lot of training, and you have to perfect every move, and everybody, like, it's like for a lion, you have two people, and both players have to be in sync with each other. So the steps, and remember the person in the back can't see nothing, you know, so everything got to be
So were you
synchronized.
like the head of the lion, or you were like the ass of the lion?
I was the ass, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Get out
That's,
now.
No. But
out.
you know what? You can't see anything, so you
Yeah.
have to be sharper, right? Your moves
Yeah.
have to be better.
Instinct, you know.
So actually, one of our viewers is saying Happy New Year to you guys, Doug. This is actually Doug E. Fresh.
Dougie.
He's
Hey,
awesome,
Happy
Dougie
New
Fresh,
Year.
right?
New Year.
Or AKA Dealer Raider Doug is on the line with them. He's Douglas. If you could see him, he's liking us. He's actually a lot of hearts. We appreciate you too.
Thank you.
Doug.
Thank
Everybody
you.
give him
Thank
a
you.
heart.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, Doug E. Fresh is in the house.
We forgot to talk
Stay
about
fresh.
Android Auto.
We're not
Apple
done.
CarPlay.
Oh yeah.
we're nowhere
yeah.
near done.
Let's get
Yeah,
back
we're
to-
not done.
Let's
We're
get
not
back
done.
to the car.
This is the intro, man. Come on.
Let me
So,
say
so
one thing.
as for Android Auto, some of you are probably asking what's Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are
It
Sharika.
actually mirrors all the major apps from your phone onto the screen of the car. So you can use Waze if you're a Waze fan. You can use Google Maps, WhatsApp, Spotify.
WhatsApp. I can
Yes.
communicate to my friends overseas.
Yes, you can talk and
Really?
Yeah.
I'll give you one great one. I love audiobooks, right? So
yeah.
while I'm on audiobooks, an amazing book, Can't Hurt Me. Who's ever heard of it? Can't Hurt Me. It's an amazing book I'm reading right now. He's an drawing a blank here. I'm having a senior moment. Holy cow. So he's an ex-Marine, Navy SEAL, excuse me. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. And I was actually introduced to him. I read an article that was written by Jesse Itzler. Jesse Itzler is, he owns tons of businesses, but he was doing a 5-man 100-mile relay race with his friends. And he was in California, and they came across a guy who his name, Goggins is his name. He was running this race by himself. And he 100 miles all by himself. Meanwhile, Jesse Itzler was there with 4 other of his friends, and they had water, they had food, they had chairs, they had change of clothes, they had everything. And it was this one guy running this entire race by himself with just a stool, some crackers, and a water. So he was inspired by this guy, by his will and his desire and his drive to succeed, that he wound up reaching out to him and actually hiring him to live with him for 30 days. So he wrote this book about his experience called Living with a SEAL. And now SEAL actually wrote his own book that talks about his entire life. I am now on the first challenge, which is amazing. So if you have an opportunity to get this book, I do it in audio form. It's by Mr. Goggins. I can't remember his first name. I'm drawing a blank. But it's an amazing book. So sorry about that. But continue. So what do you guys have in regards to trunk space? Right? Because sometimes you got to throw some things back there.
Awesome.
What's the trunk space
trunk
like?
space.
Saad,
And the
how
back
big is the
piece
trunk on this
60,
car?
40.
Was it
Roughly on this car, it's about 13 or 14 cubic feet.
I think it's 14 point
It's
something,
14, yeah. But now the best part about it, you got 60,
Can you
40
put the car on?
folding seats. Everybody's there.
Oh, okay. So we're on. We're live.
There we go. So now you have 60-40 folding seats. Let's say if you have extra storage you need to bring in, you're going on a trip, there's only 3 people going. You could drop down either the left side or the right side of the seat, depending on what type of people are sitting with you. Now, as far goes, what I wanted to say was the safety features that you have, which would go for the Honda Sensing. In this car, it basically has everything to prevent you from getting into an accident. It got road departure mitigation, which blind spot, put you back into track, let you know if there's a vehicle coming into the left or right side of you. You got forward collision mitigation, which is the major key. People get in shock sometimes while they're about to get into an accident. It happens to everybody. This vehicle prevents you from having a forward collision accident. Saves you money on insurance too.
That's awesome. I mean, safety is important
Number one.
for everyone. Number one for you, number one for your family, your passengers. Safety is key. So, I mean, look, personally, I think the car is extremely stylish. The dash on this car is nice. It's got a nice wood grain finish,
And it's exposed
as well as
wood.
the doors. What's that called?
Exposed wood.
Exposed
Yeah.
wood.
You know, back before they would put the gloss layer over the wood. So now a lot of companies are actually doing the exposed wood.
More
Very
sleek.
nice.
So it's more like luxurious, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it goes like it's
So you feel like you're at
private.
home, you know, when you're touching your furniture, you know.
I actually have plenty of room up here, and I don't know if you I'm sure you could see that we have 3 full-size adults back there, and
I mean, some of them are double sized.
I don't think we're gonna take I don't think we're gonna take a trip to Florida this way. But look, if we have to just run around and pick up some things, and we can manage
Yeah, I mean, you know,
in this vehicle. So
You
Tons
guys
of
can
leg
handle it.
room.
guys, I mean, this is the you get the most for your money right there.
aside from Malik, I'm in. I
No
would
packages.
definitely drive this car.
Honda doesn't do packages, so you don't have to go up to Torrent and then buy a convenience package, safety package, and an entertainment
Very
package.
true. Very true.
No packages. You get
And-
everything.
Everything.
For
Standard.
2019, being that they're not going to offer this 1.5 touring, so I'm just going to show you what the shifter looks like in this car, right? So on a 2.0, you actually have a digital dial. Honestly, so I drive a Pilot. It's a
Elite.
Hold on one second. A Pilot Elite, and it has the same digital pad. And I don't think I'm a fan, and I'll be honest with that. I can tell you that I have found myself in a position where I've tried to put the car in reverse, and the first couple of times it didn't take. And I'm making a U-turn. So it's one thing that I don't like about what Honda did with that touchpad. But most of our customers love it. You know, they like that digital, just one-touch type
Futuristic.
Future,
right? But so to each his own, right? But in our Honda Drive podcast live with you, we have to be honest and tell you how we feel about things. So are there any negatives that you guys would like to point out about this vehicle? Things that you would like to see Honda change?
I would like Honda to be more Apple friendly, because I'm tired of Androids having all the features in the cars.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that, guys, because Android is more.
Well, you can tell there's an Android user in
we
the
got one.
car, right? We got one out of how many? I have an iPhone.
Get out the car.
Raise
get
your
out the
hand
car.
if you have an iPhone.
iPhone.
iPhone. All right, 4-1.
Raise your hands if you.
So I'm with Sharika on this one. All right, build it for Apple users, right? For iPhone
We're
users,
just missing
because
one or two things.
the
but I'm just
Androids
jealous.
are being outnumbered. Now,
Yes.
his argument, or most Android arguments, would stem from, well, their glass is made by Android, and they're this, and their technology, and we get things first, and
came
our
out with
camera's better, waterproofing, right? But these
the
are just
camera's
minor things. We live in an Apple world,
Yes.
right? Innovation.
We live in the big
is what
Apple
drives
and
the
That's why
future.
Android got caught trying to
Innovation
steal
drives the
Apple's
future.
No
design.
way,
Remember
Dave.
that?
It's time,
Yeah.
it's time to come out the cave, man. Come on.
Wrong.
Come out the cave.
I'm about to get
This guy's a
The-
caveman.
The truth is, I think if you go back to Malik's original statement, which why he got this car, affordability, right? He gets 2 phones for the price of none, right? To give it to him for free. Whereas
Buy one, get one free.
buy one,
There
get one
isn't
free,
anything-
right? So he's a
there
deal
isn't
seeker.
anything wrong with
Nothing
that,
wrong with
right?
that.
You
Nothing
know,
wrong
I mean,
with that.
all.
And at the end of the day, it's okay to have a few drop calls.
To your kid, so you know you can pay some extra bills.
So
So one thing that I would like to see is a panoramic sunroof.
Oh yeah, I need a
Yes.
panoramic.
Panoramic sunroof.
It'll be a good
And
feature.
panoramic sunroof.
I would add one more thing, guys. I mean, I think the screen looked awesome, but they could have done a better job. I mean, instead of those buttons they have on the sides.
But you
could've
could
been
do touch
screen.
and buttons, because
Yeah.
some people they have a
But
hard
it
time.
still
with
look
the touch.
a little bit, you know.
I think it's slick. I think it's not like obnoxious. It's like
All right.
if it slides in, slides out,
Sharika,
I
he's entitled to his opinion, right?
Yeah.
I think if
he could not like something.
It would have been nice if you hit the power button and it
There you
closes
go,
up.
close it up and you know
Oh, like the
slides
bed.
out, slides
Yup.
in exactly.
Yup.
That'd be awesome. That's
mean-
the only thing I'll say. That's it.
One thing
Besides
I would
that,
change-
Maybe you should work at Audi.
not really. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, I'm a Honda.
How about
lover.
Toyota?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Grandpa car. Uh-oh.
That package, this package, that package.
So I remember back in the day, Toyotas used to have that. You had that option to have the what do they call that cloth roof,
Hard,
It's like a-
soft top.
soft top, right?
It's like
But
that suede type, right?
what do you
Yeah.
call that? So somebody Google it real quick. What do you call that soft top? Come on, one of our viewers, tell us what the soft tops used to be called back in the days when the cars used to have them. Rag top.
Rag top.
Rag top. There you
Rag
go.
top. Yeah.
Rag
yeah,
top.
yeah.
Rag top.
We got
Rag
it.
top.
So Toyota had rag tops, right? Old school, you know. But it is what it is. Look, whatever makes you happy, it's all up to you. All right. Anything you like to add, Saad?
I mean, the only thing I feel like they could have worked a little bit better on the rear end of the vehicle. As far as goes for the tail lights, the front looks insane, but most people that I've sold the vehicle to, they said that the tail lights and the back of the vehicle could have had a little bit of better work done to it. I feel like if they would have made the tail lights a little bit more futuristic type as they did for the front, it would have probably made a difference.
So my experience with Honda, they're constantly doing refreshes. So every 2 years, you'll see something like that.
Yeah, they
So with
always do
2020,
facelifts.
you'll probably see a little facelift,
Yeah.
front,
Yeah.
rear, something
Grill
like
and the
that.
lights will
be
It's
different.
what
Yeah.
separates
They're
the
known
two
for those
cars
things.
and the models, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. So look, our viewers, we do this for you. We have fun doing it, and we look forward to seeing you in upcoming Honda Drive podcasts and our lives, and we'll see you soon. So, Chris Gonzalez signing off,
Super Saad.
saying
Signing
peace
off.
out.
Rika, Malik.
And Dave the Wave.
Dave the
Dave
Wave.
aka
See you guys.
You guys
The Lion's
be
Butt.
great, and we'll see you on the road.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy
guys
New Year.
next
There
Wednesday.
we go. How
Next
are
Wednesday, same time, same bat
place.
channel. All right,
Different car.
different car.
Well, you guys let us
Next
know what
episode.
car you guys want us to do. How about
That's
Yeah,
that?
how
right.
about that one? Let's
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
next
There
week.
you go.
You
Leave a
was
comment
fun.
and let us know what car you want us
The
to
choice
do.
is yours.
Yeah.
You know?
And what trim? I mean, look, we're in the fully loaded one. Maybe you want to
Yeah.
see. Maybe you want to see an entry level.
Yeah.
Maybe you just want to see mid.
Yeah.
Maybe you want us to shoot this video from the hood. I don't know. Tell us what you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
You're the viewer.
A
It's your
drifting
choice.
video, you know?
Drifting. Well,
Yeah.
we won't do that. We won't do that.
Type R.
We did a Type R already, but listen. You guys tell us what you want to see. Tell us what cars you want to explore, and we'll see you guys all on the road. You guys be great.
Take care.
Be
Take
good.
care.